is up, everybody? Welcome back to the second week of Tutorial Tuesdays. This week I am doing my Tutorial Tuesday 2-a-days with my top 10 Logic tips. 2-a-day, 2-a-days. Works pretty well. But let's dive into these tips with number 10. Now, saving is one of the most important things we obviously have to do so that we don't lose any of our work. There's nothing worse than program crashing or your computer crashing or something going wrong, everything freezing up, and you losing all that hard work. Logic actually does a pretty incredible job of auto-saving in the background all the time. Several times I have had projects crash, and I was able to recover pretty much everything I did. So here we have a totally untitled project. Let's go to save it. I'm going to go File, Save. Now the first thing has to do with whether we're saving as a package or a folder. My preference is a folder, and this is my tip number 10. Save your projects as a folder, and I'll show you the difference. Here we have two different projects. This is what you might be used to seeing if you save yours as a package. Now everything you need is right there within that one file, and I'm able to open that, and that opens up my Logic file, and everything's saved contained in that package. Now the other option is folder, and this is the one I prefer, where Logic actually saves it as a folder, and within that folder we can see the individual components. Here we still have our project file. We can open that up just like we could this one, except within this folder we also have audio files, we have freeze files if we've frozen anything, we have our sampler instruments if we have sampler instruments, and we have our samples. And eventually, when we will bounce this song, we will have another folder in there called Bounces, where all of our exported versions of the song can live together nice and tidy, and I'm able to go in and find them. So that option is right here between package and folder. Now the second option is my tip number 9, and that is to check certain boxes down here when we are saving. Now obviously we want to save our audio files. Saving the EXX instruments and samples is not entirely necessary if you store your instruments on your computer. If you store it on an external hard drive, you may want to check this box. I personally don't, because I have some huge files that end up all getting copied over, and I always have my hard drive plugged in when I'm working, so there's no need for me to do that. The other box I want you to make sure you check, if you've watched any of my tutorials, you know I do all of my sampling within Ultrabeat, so I want to make sure I have this box checked, the Ultrabeat samples. So that way, when I grab my drum samples, my individual snare, my individual kick, my individual hi-hat, Logic makes sure to put those in that folder, this folder right here that says samples, so I'm able to find my drums. Now, this is important if I'm going to load up a project and for some reason the routing in my computer isn't set right and Logic can't find that sample. Instead of me having to go dig through my external hard drive, look through all my different folders, try to remember the clap number 7 or whatever it was, and find the correct audio, I know that it's saved within my folder right here. It's only one of 3 or 4 samples that I've saved within Logic. And that's tips number 10 and 9. Stay tuned tomorrow for the next 2 Tutorial Tuesday tips. Remember to subscribe so you never miss a beat.